What is good, guys? Charles from Team COG coming at you guys here with a post-commentary duel video. We have Pendulums versus Mathmech, and this is going to be an awesome match between my man Flexi and I. And he's going to start off with Spell-Powered Mastery, guys. And just like before we get fully started in here and commentating, please remember, guys, we have an awesome sale going on. Use code capital DEALS, deals, to get 15% off your order to get the World Legacy World Heroes, Gearsu Rising, and also Breeze Before Einsatz's playmats down below. This sale will last till Friday, so get them now while you can in the sale. I know that we have some big change coming, so like more playmats are being designed and stuff like that, so get yours now, help support the channel. And guys, if you guys haven't already and you want to help support the channel, hit that join button down below and become a member. Get your perks and rewards, exclusive access, all that fine jazz by hitting that join button. But anyway, we are going to see the Crowley card. I forget, Spellbook Prophecy or Crowley, which is going to get him the Blue Boy. Blue Boy is going to get him a search, and he has the Servant out there, which is not looking good for me, as I'm just down there flicking my cards back and forth because I suffer from Anxiety Prime. And no hand traps, actually. We're just going to let him just go through his entire turn here, which is unstopped. And that's one of the most dangerous things about Pendulums, is that if they go uninterrupted, they can just end on 20 negates, let's go, baby, 20 negates, let's go. And yeah, it's very dangerous to let them end on 20 plus interruptions and negates. Any hand, too. Any hand, 20 interruptions. Easy. Especially if you don't open any hand traps like I did. So we're just kind of sitting here. He's resolving Allure, drawing, getting to Abductor, and he's able to put out the Jackal. So if I did have hand traps, the Jackal could stop it. And yeah, so we're practically just playing chess is what we're doing. Not chess, solitaire. My man Flexi up here. And I guess a huge shout out to him too. He's the one that did like the overlay, the life points, the win and lose thing. So it helps me out a bunch with editing and everything. So huge thank you to him for doing this and taking the time. And Flexi is a member, so he also gets instant access to all like these exclusive deals and exclusive content. So, but again, huge thank you to him for taking the time to do this. It helps me out quite a bit. I had a tooth yanked out, which was awful, guys. Which, I mean, it was the most miserable time of my life having a tooth yanked out. If you guys have ever had a tooth yanked out, you know what I'm talking about. And so this helped a lot with the time and everything, but yeah, so we're just seeing Magician's Right Hand, which I believe negates the first spell activation that I do. And we're seeing Selene resolve, and we have a Master. Can this, like, this man's all gas, no brakes. I'm not even a speed bump for him because Selene's going to bring back the, that's the Empress, if I believe right. Reflection, excuse me, Reflection. We're going to see an overlay into Odd Eyes Absolute, which then will probably be linked up into a 2-material Apollosa. No, Cross Sheep. What kind? These plays, man. These plays. I can feel the energy rising. I can actually hear Triff's theme song playing coming up onto me right now. Then we're going to see another Selene, and I guess Selene is not a hard once per turn. Interesting. Or maybe it is. Oh, must not be because he brought back the Magister. So he has an Omni Negate. Verte too. Oh. The scummery going on. But he's not sending Red Eyes Fusion. Instead, he's sending Magical Fusion, I believe. He's going to banish a Dragon and Dark Magician. Nice. For him. For Dragoon of Red Eyes. So we have a Dragoon of Red Eyes, Odd Eyes Absolute, a Jackal King, and a Master Vadibian. This is straight crazy. How am I going to play through this with Mathmech? Well, let's find out. I'm going to normal summon Balancer Lord and attempt to use the effect of Balancer Lord. Seeing if we're going to let that resolve. And I think he lets it go, which, I mean, no, he's going to negate and destroy it. And I'm checking to see what's in his graveyard because I think I hard drew Call by the Grave. So I was hoping there'd be a Jackal in there, but I could like solve 2 cards with Call by the Grave. But I'm going to use Addition from hand, targeting, I believe I target the set Odd Eyes. And I think he's going to allow it to resolve. And I'm just, or no, never mind, I'm just explaining to him. He's contemplating if he wants to negate it or not. That's one thing about addition that's really interesting, is that since addition boosts the monster, they're likely not to negate it. They're more likely to negate subtraction. And I believe this is subtraction. And no, this is Sigma, since I control the monsters. I decide to synchro here because my only option ended up magma. And this is the best that I can do with the cards that I was given. I think that I decide to activate Equation, which is I'm trying to climb up into Final Sigma, which could potentially hold the line, but my man Flex sees the writing on the wall and decides to be like, negative boss. So we scoop it up and go into the next game. And yeah, so wrapping it up here and going into the next game, I'm gonna fire off Foolish Burial, normal summon the Foolish Burialing the Sigma, normal summon a Bouncer. Bouncer will give me additional normal summon of the Sigma that I have in my hand, which I'm going to go into Link Disciple. Link Disciple is going to allow me to go into Link Devotee, and this is where the combo kind of goes off. If you guys haven't got into remote duels yet, I highly recommend. If you guys want to, and this is another like avenue if you guys want to join and become a member of the YouTube, the Team COG YouTube, we are planning on hosting our own remote duel tournaments for members only. So if that's something you guys are interested in, think about joining. But if you guys haven't, check out Core TCG. I enter into that tournament at least once a week, and when they're having it this week, they didn't, which was really upsetting. And I normally get clapped, but I mean, it is still a fun time. We actually have a huge tournament coming up in Colorado called a CCS. It's the first of its kind. It's called the Colorado Championship Series. And it is supposed to be like this huge, like 80-man tournament, you know, with the entire pandemic and everything going on. So it's going to be like the only non-official major event that I'm going to get to play in. So I've been kind of prepping for that. Trying to figure out what deck I want to tank, because that is in January. And, but yeah, remote duels, guys. These things are awesome. I highly recommend if you guys want to check out how to get one set up, comment down below. Maybe I can do a video on my remote duel setup. I know I did a video a while back doing like a $10 remote duel setup where you can make your own if you're feeling adventurous. But another person to check out would be Pack Official TCG. He likes live streams on Twitch, his remote duels, and I hope to be able to eventually do that myself. But we're getting the live streaming kind of like grasping under control here. So hopefully I can just live stream with you guys and bring you guys like live action openings, live action test hands, discussions, just, you know, where we can come and hang out, not so much to where I have to go play and then focus on like my matches, where I can just focus on you guys because you guys are what matters. But we're going to see an IP and a inverted with a set super factorial and a set Cynet conflict. And I think I fire off that conflict to banish, to completely get rid of the servant, because I just want that card out of cycle, out of problem, out of sight. And we're going to see Abductor be activated. The Chronograph activated, giving Abductor a counter. He's going to use Chronograph's effect to beam out the Time Gazer. And this, he's going to fire off Pot of Desires. And I have the Ash. Well, the ongoing joke that me and Flexi have is whenever we play or play test, I always have Ash. It could be in decent hands, Ash is good, but a lot of times, I will open like 3 Ashes or 4 Ashes. Just kidding, only 3 against Flexi. And that's just how it is. I'll never see the card any other time except for when I am with Flexi. So, but we're going to fire off Super Factorial right now. And we're going to overlay into Lamplation. Lamplation is going to use his effect, detaching all 3 to send, not target or story, but send a card from his monster zone, spell and trap card zone, and from his hand. So, we're going to end up sending the Abductor, sending the Time Gazer, and we get to rip a card from his hand. So we just go, and it's an Omni Negate now, and I still have the IP. So we end up sending the Jester. He has 1 card in hand. Now, if this man can really concentrate and pray to the Pendulum God, he could maybe mount a comeback with 1 card. But we'll see if the Fate of the Pendulum's on his side. We're going to end up going into Splash Mage, bringing back the Diameter, making Albertion's effect, searching myself any Mathmech card. And just so you guys know, Albertion is like the only really expensive card in the entire deck. It's like a $20 card, and you have to play 2 of them, in my opinion. It is a mandatory 2, but I mean, 40 bucks and the rest is like, you know, pocket change. We're going to see, I believe I searched Equation. We're going to use Equation to bring back Nabla. Nabla's effect will probably tribute off the Splash Magician. And I think we're going for Final Sigma. And then Sigma will be able to push for some crazy damage here by summoning out the Multiplication. Multiplication's effect, target the Nabla, making its level 8, synchroing 412 into GOOO Mathmech Final Sigma. If you guys don't know the old joke about Sigma, it was he's about to Sigma balls right here. And we're practically able to attack twice, I believe, with Nabla. Or excuse me, we're not, no. We just were able to double his Final Sigma's attack, making it 6,000. Albertian is 2,000, so that's 8,000 total. And Flexi is going to activate Instant Fusion, and that will be time in the round. I wish, guys. I wish it was that easy. But Instant Fusion is going to bring out that Thousand Eyes Restrict. Gradually shutting off any hand traps I have in my hand. Secrets is going to grab him Blue Boy. The normal summon of Blue Boy, I believe, will follow, which is going to grab him Knowledge. Knowledge will then get him a Draw 2, which is really good for the Pendulum strategy. No, he's just going to special summon Jester Counterfeit, because that's free. I believe we'll see Crowley touchdown, Spellbook of Knowledge. Is he going to Spellbook of Knowledge away the Crowley? No, he's going to send Risky Devil here, sending away the Millennium Eyes Restrict, putting him in Hand Trappable Way. Into the Void, drawing another card. Allure of Darkness, drawing more. Just, this man is drawing. That's Magician Stage, I believe. Don't quote me on it. Lets him Reborn, I believe. And then I think if it's sent, it lets him search or something like that. Celine's going to grab him too, and he's going to bring back the Millennium Eyes. So technically speaking, he has Magician's right hand as well in his hand. Well, go figure. So he has a Spell Negate and a Monster Negate. I'm going to normal summon Division, I believe. Link that off into Link Disciple. And I think I make a huge misplay here. I end up using my normal summon where I shouldn't have used my normal summon. But on the Link summon of Link Disciple, I'm going to trigger Paralytic Seed. He's going to negate the Paralytic Seed. And he's just showing his Gold Ash is going to symbolize the Exceed. And I have to stop here because I believe I normal summon Sigma, whereas if I would have just used Sigma's effect to special summon itself, I would have been better off. It was just a huge misplay on my part. But something that's very interesting here is his spell and trap zone is really full. So like he has to get rid of cards in order to get a Pendulum scale going. And he actually scales the Mighty Master, which is really good for him. It's giving him access to do a Pendulum summon, but with that huge misplay on my part, I'm kind of a sitting duck, and at the whim of Flex here, the Pendulum board is going to be pretty aggressive if you ask me. But it's going to see is can he push through a little Link Disciple? Who's going to win, guys? A mighty board of the most strongest mechanic ever made with a bunch of spellcasters wielding powerful magic, or one Linky boy, and I think the Link Disciple just lost, actually. Rip Link Disciple, but IP is going to touch down with an Apt for 2 and still a Spell Negate. We're going to special summon Final Sigma from our hand, not using our normal summon. And I believe we're going to Link summon here into Linkribo. Firing off another Paralleled Exceed. I don't think he has the ability. He does. He has the Apollosa, which is rough. We're going to activate the equation, giving my Division a 1,000 attack, which means it's 25, I believe. And I'm going to attempt to attack into the Apollosa, but he's going to go before into main. He's going to go into Unicorn, which is interesting. Pitching a card to shuffle back my Division. Now, I happen to normal summon Nabla because I held onto my normal summon, tributing off the Unicorn to summon out Multiplication, or not the Unicorn, the Linkribo, Multiplication's effect. Final Sigma is going to touch down. Oh, excuse me, I decided to go into Magma. I thought Final Sigma, maybe Final Sigma is coming, but Magma. I am going to attack into the... we're having some discussion with the zoning right here, because for his screen, if I was in his zone or something like that, so I'm going to attack over the Unicorn. And something that's interesting is Nabla Multiplication double the attack of my Magma and allow me to make my Magma 5,000, and I get attack over it. And then Magma's effect will activate. I pop his Pendulum scales, which is really crippling to the Pendulum strategy. Remove those scales, guys, and they can't play. Before he ends, I'm firing off Super Factorial to go into Albertian. Albertian is going to detach and search me out. You probably guess it, Diameter. Diameter, just such a really good card, and I believe we're going to have a Borreload Savage touchdown here during my turn. The writing's on the wall for Flex, I believe. Mathmech being able to pull through this type of, is really good, but Diameter is going to activate, summoning out Multiplication, and I do believe now I think I have a play where, yeah, so I think we're going to see Final Sigma touchdown, because Final Sigma is super powerful and oppressive when it's in the extra monster zone. They can't touch Final Sigma. Use Albertian to tribute itself to return, then I'm going to Synchro here into Savage, giving myself a Omni Negate and a unbeatable monster, Towers-like monster in the extra monster zone, which I believe is enough for game. But he's gonna set that Jester Counterfeit, and it's gonna be a 2-1 here. Pendulums cannot handle the scientific math that Mathmechs have, and yeah, so it was an awesome game. Huge shout out to Flex for playing with me and doing most of the editing for this video. Remember, guys, if you guys enjoyed this, to remember to give us a like and a subscribe. But this is Charles from Team COG, signing out.